welcome back to another episode of the NBA Ja Show. I'm your host, Ja, and we're going to be talking Spurs playoff basketball. We had game one yesterday. It's it was everything that we could have hoped and imagined and dreamed about. Everything that we expected, a lot of things that we predicted and tried to warn folks about who didn't want to live. The first game is probably going to be something crazy. Usually, when he gets a lot of rest, I feel like he comes back and has a great game. He's always anxious to get back on the court and compete. Hopefully, it's not too antsy. You know, some of those first game jitters for the guys could be something to overcome and watch for. But once they settle in, I think it's going to be something that Spurs fans are going to really enjoy. Now, Portland fans, not so much. I know you're confident. We've had some talks on Twitter over the past couple of days. I know you're confident. You have all these all NBA defenders who are coming back, and you think that that's going to help you. It's not. Listen, I like to go on the internet, the social medias, X, formerly known as Twitter. I was arguing with Portland fans who told me some disturbing things. It was disturbing because they thought they had a real plan for stopping Victor Wembanyama. They didn't know what they were in for. It's not really their fault. They didn't have a chance to see him during the regular season. He missed all three of the games, and because of that, they just didn't know what to expect. There's just no way you can simulate what the man does. 35 points, the 75% true shooting, only two blocks, only five rebounds. That was a tame performance by the standards of the alien and what he's actually capable of. But it was tough. It was tough for Portland fans, I'm sure, because beforehand, let's go through some of the things that were said to me. Okay, on social media, I got some screenshots here you're going to enjoy. You see, we jumped right in. I don't, not too much fluff. You all really aren't prepared to see Tamani Clamp Wembyama. You're not. Okay, as you can see, I asked the public just Donovan Clingan is too slow, Jeremy Grant too small. Um, what are they going to do? I didn't say that those were the only defenders they had, but they took it really personal. Right. I just threw this question out to the in the ether, so it's my fault. Whatever comes back just comes back. I was really talking to Spurs fans, but Blazers fans found it. They had things to say. Tiago Splitter's lab is working tirelessly, 24 hours a day to discover the formula to stop Wemby, and they're going to find it. A historic defense is going to take place. Like, come on, man. Wait. Buddy thinks our only defenders are Klingon and Jeremy Grant. All I can say is, yikes, man. Yikes. Seriously. Maybe they don't get Wemby highlights in Portland. I don't know. I guess maybe they only were watching the Portland Trail Blazers, which is a sad existence enough on its own. But Drew Holiday will find a way. Drew Holiday did not find a way. He didn't get many opportunities to guard Wembanyama, but that's not really the matchup for him. That's not where he's going to excel. So I don't even know why that's something that came to this person's mind. But here's my favorite. I watched Jeremy Grant lay his life on the line guarding Julius Randle. Vic is a stick, and we're going to expose him. Vic is a stick. Very poetic, but or just erroneous, egregiously off. Laughable. I laughed actually out loud, belly laughed. When I read this comment, shared it with my brothers in a group chat. We all shared a great laugh about it because no disrespect to Julius Randle, but he's not Victor Wembanyama. I actually like Julius Randle's game, but banging with Julius Randle does not equate in any way, shape, or form to what it takes to stop Victor Wembanyama. You have to be able to move Wembanyama off of his spots and do it consistently. It's not about just having the strength to bang with him. He's not really trying to bang with you. That's not what I meant by that strength. And me and that guy had a bit of a back and forth, and because it took him a while to figure out what I meant. At the end of it, he was just like, "We'll see," and we saw. Buddy has never heard of Tamati Camara or a double team. I don't know ball. Matisse Thybulle, come on, man. What year is this? And he still can't shoot after all these years. So that's part of the problem with the Blazers roster. You have some guys that can do some defending, but at the same time they can't shoot. That's why you're 28th in three-point percentage this season. It's not good. I know some of your players were hurt during the year and they're coming back, but those guys they're not great snipers. So I don't even let me calm down. You get me riled up. I'm getting me riled up. I'm here by myself. Now, let's talk about the Spurs a little bit more. We know what Wemby did, but what about Vassell? Vassell was amazing in the third quarter. Big time buckets, big time blocks. The defense was great from all the guys, so from start to finish, other than against Denny, and they'll try to make some tweaks there. But if Denny's a good player, we respect Denny and his growth as a basketball player. As an aside, the Washington Wizards had Denny Avdia, and they don't anymore. This is example number 87 of the Washington Wizards franchise being inept. They've been in the lottery like 7 times over the past decade. They haven't done anything with the picks, with the talent. They make the poor decision after poor decision. They don't deserve good things. So that's all I'm saying. Anyway, let's get back to the game. Fox. Fox came out and he was 4 of 8 in the first half, 2 of 4 from three. He had been struggling to knock down his three ball in the last month or so of the season, but he's a gamer. The dude's a professional scorer. He's going to show up. He's going to put his best foot forward, and every now and then, yeah, he's going to have an inefficient night because that's just the nature of Fox's game sometimes, and you're just going to have to live with it. But that's why the roster is built with the kind of depth that it has. If it's not De'Aaron Fox having his best night, then that's going to be the night that Stephon Castle probably has a better night because he didn't play as well tonight or last night. I keep saying tonight. I'm still in the moment, y'all. I'm still in the moment. It was exciting. That atmosphere lit. Nobody does it like the Spurs. The color scheme with the shirts. I know it was loud in there. I didn't get a chance to be at that game, but I will try to make it down to San Antonio for at least one or two of these playoff games on this run. They're going to give me some opportunities to get down to the city. That's definitely going to be a big priority for me over the next week or so. Now, one of the things that was interesting to me was looking at the rotation from Mitch Johnson. They've deployed 8, 9, sometimes 10 guys all season, and last night they went primarily 7 man with some 8. Luke was the 8 with 14 minutes coming in to spell Wemby, but Carter Bryant only played 4 minutes. He got in the first half and played some meaningful playoff minutes, but he only played 4:27. I think Harrison Barnes only played about 10, 11 minutes. And like I said, 14 for Luke. The other seven were 20 and up. Seven guys. The Aaron Fox, Devin Vassell, Stephon Castle, Victor Wembanyama, Julian Champagny, Dylan Harper, Keldon Johnson. Those guys got the majority of the run against the Blazers. So, and I wonder if that's something that we can expect to continue. Knowing Mitch, it will probably, kind of go back and forth just depending on what's going on in the game. He's shown a willingness to be flexible with his lineups and how he deploys certain guys. Even showing a willingness to pull a guy like Stephon Castle and let Dylan Harper finish it at the end of the game if he has it going more than Steph does. We should expect to see any of that at any given time. Mitch has done a great job of earning the fan base's trust in that regard. And if you thought that he doesn't get after the refs enough before, you have to think so after he got that technical last night. And shout out to Mitch and how he was kind of strong arming his staff and players. Like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. He showed some strength there with that with that arm bar when he stuck it out there to stop. I think it was Keldon Johnson from stepping in front of him. He's like, I'm good. I'm under control. Always under control. And that's another great takeaway from this game and the things that we saw. The team was under control. Not everybody shot the ball well. We had enough guys shoot the ball well. It was 45, 46% from three. That was mainly on the strength of like four guys. Um, but that's all that was necessary. Stephon Castle didn't shoot well. Dylan Harper didn't shoot well. Maybe they will in the future. We'll see how that goes as they continue to settle in to the intensity of the playoffs because that atmosphere was wild. It was absolutely wild. Now, next game, you're probably not going to get five or six of three from Wemby, but that's okay. Uh, First of all, you might because he's a big game player. So, and the big games are now here and they're every game. So I wouldn't be surprised if we just saw Super Saiyan Wemby consistently. Five or six is a little much though. Even if that number gets tempered down, that's what the depth is for. Somebody else will step up or he'll score in other ways. He'll get to the free throw line. We know that they're going to get even more physical with them. The Portland players said as much in the post game. Several of them made remarks about how they want to be more physical with the Spurs as a whole and specifically against Wemby. I mean, that's cookie cutter stuff. You already know that that's coming. But Mitchell's, now, excuse me, Splitter is going to have to make some decisions on how he wants to guard this team because Klingon sagged off of Castle, and he turned down the opportunity to take shots at times, and other ones didn't go down. That I think is some of those first game jitters and that hesitancy that we saw manifest. It didn't bother him too much on defense, but it can be a little different on offense. We understand that. If those shots start to go down, if the confidence returns, and I mean, what are you going to do, right? What are you going to do? Because we know he'll go for a 30-point triple double. That confidence is high and he's flowing. Are you going to sleep on Castle like that and allow him to do that? Because then he's just completely picking your offense apart and making the game easier for everyone. That's the talent that's on this roster. So I just don't think the rotation that they have in Portland is strong enough, is deep enough, is talented enough to solve the problems that the Spurs pose, especially not right now. Not without Dame on the roster to at least give them a little extra punch, right? If they had Dame on the roster, or not on the roster, but playing right now because he's on the roster, but he's just still recovering from his last injury. Um, he can stretch the floor more. He can pull Wemby out. He can make deep threes and kind of energize the crowd when they're in Portland. And he can take the heart of the away crowd because he's deadly when he's going. But they don't have that element right now. Without that element, they're just kind of biding time. They're just biding time. It's going to be a sweep. If Dame was there, maybe they'd get a game or two, but this roster is just too good, and that's just the way it is. I will say I don't love the scheduling between games 3 and 4. They'll have 2 days off between games 2 and 3 when they're going from San Antonio to Portland. But that game 3 has a 9:30 p.m. Central Standard start time, and the game 4 is on Sunday at like 2:30 in the afternoon. I don't like the quick turnarounds on playoff games. Guys need to get the full amount of time to rest. Let them get those full 2 days or whatever before they have to get back out there. They're trying to give it all they have in these games, and we don't want them to be compromised. I don't even know why that's a thing for consideration. But it is what it is. They'll adjust, they'll make it happen. That's probably their best shot to pull the game out, but I think that Wembanyama is actually probably going to go off in that game like that as well. In the elimination game, we saw how he started. How he finishes, I'm sure is going to be just as spectacular, if not better. I can't wait to see what happens Tuesday when these guys suit up and go at it again. I feel like it's going to be more of the same, more Spurs domination. It will look different, it will feel the same. And Spurs fans will be happy, celebrating once again. And then we'll get to talk about it. See you then.